Well, it is that time of year again when we are transitioning from summer fun into back to school routine, including when it comes to our meal prep. Dale McKay is a chef, and he's going to join us this morning to chat about some of his favorite fall-inspired recipes, getting us ready for back to school and work. Good morning, Dale. Thank you so much for being with us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Now, we know that in the mornings it can be a little chaotic as we're getting ready for back to school, and we have to prep lunches and snacks, and you have some great ideas on how to save some time, but also how to pack in that nutrition.
Yeah, you want it convenient, but at the same time, you want it to be delicious and obviously have good nutrition to it as well. One way of doing that is adding, a Premier Protein shake. It's got 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, 22 essential vitamins and minerals. Right now, I'm featuring, because it is obviously the summer's almost over, I'm sort of say, it is getting into fall. I love warm spices and those kind of flavors, so we're using their limited edition pumpkin spice protein shake here. So really, Morning Glory muffins are one of my favorites, so might as well make them pumpkin spice Morning Glory muffins. They have tons of good stuff in there. Bananas, apples, carrots, raisins, some nuts, so lots of great things in there. So the recipe is super easy. All we're going to do is take our wet, which is our sugar and our eggs. We're going to add our Premier Protein shake in there. Again, that's going to give lots of kind of warm spices, and it already tastes so good on its own. So when you add it to your recipe, it really enhances the flavor. And honestly, if you already have recipes you really, really like, especially if it has milk in it, you can just substitute any shake for that milk or really any kind of liquid.
That is such a great idea. I've actually never thought about doing it, but it makes so much sense because then you are adding in that protein without sometimes that protein powdery feeling to it all, because it is already a liquid. And you also like to use these shakes in other recipes, don't you?
Yeah, so I use them really in anything you're already using. Actually, these are two of my favorite ones to use. Actually, my brother, I give my brother shakes and he takes them and he adds them to his coffee. So over here we have our caramel, which is delicious in coffee. Obviously, pumpkin spice is delicious in coffee. There's also cookies and cream, strawberries and cream. Vanilla is probably the most popular. Because who doesn't like vanilla? And you can really put it in anything. So a morning shake, a smoothie, coffee. And again, any of your favorite recipes. I've developed quite a few recipes for Premier Protein. You can go on their website, premierprotein.ca, and you'll find a bunch of my recipes on there that I've developed with different flavors.
And I love that you're taking that simple recipe, like you said. You already have it in your Rolodex of recipes. Add in that protein flavor and then add in the actual protein to it. And now you have that delicious meal that is a good start to anybody's morning.
Yeah, and what I do, honestly, with muffins, I'm not too fancy. I'll make usually like 2 dozen, and then while they're really nice and fresh, I'll wrap them up individually. I'll put them in the freezer, so then when I'm packing lunch in the morning time, when I'm taking my lunch on the go, I just pull one out of the freezer as I'm leaving, put it in my bag, and then by lunchtime, or even by 10:30 when I want to have a little snack, it's thawed out and it's nice. That way you've always got essentially fresh muffins. Without having to kind of do all the work, once every few days or once a week kind of thing. You can do it every 2 weeks.
I love also that idea with the apple crisp, because you're adding in that protein to a dish that is typically not known for its protein. And so that adds that little extra oomph to it. So it makes it delicious, but also adds that much needed value that we should be putting into our food as much as we can.
Yeah, and this by taking a classic crisp and then kind of adding it, you have a little kind of custard in there as well. So it gives a nice little creaminess and you get that acidity from the apple. So again, it can be really delicious, but then also getting that nutrition as well. Amazing.
Great ideas. I feel inspired. Dale, thank you so much for your time today. Once again, Dale McKay is a chef, a Premier Protein ambassador, and has some great recipes. If you'd like some more information, just check out those links on your screen.